Hi, hello all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. So, how are you all? Thank you very much for joining day one class of Azure Data Engineering. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for joining, first of all. Uh, so, this is the day one class. Hope yesterday, actually, most of you might know that yesterday demo is happened. Okay. So, in the demo course overview is given actually how the course is going to happen. What about the data engineering? And what is the curriculum we are going to discuss, and regular class information. Okay, and still I know some of you joining today first time directly. Okay, it's okay, no problem, you will understand everything. Yesterday is actually just a overview of the course, and today onwards regular classes will start actually. And now onwards we are going to discuss the required things for the data engineering. Okay. So these are all regular classes only, nothing planned for demo classes. First three as I told, first three is free. So nothing planned like discussing first three like something like impressive. Okay. So whatever the overall curriculum is there, for that whatever is required, that we are going to start now onwards. So today onwards, the initially we will start discussing with the basics. As we told that we are going to discuss anything from the scratch. We are not going to assume you know this and that. Everything we are going to discuss from the scratch only. So knowledge wise at your side, you don't need to bother about any prerequisite. So we are going to start with the SQL and Azure portal basics in the first week. Okay, that I will give you the brief. So thank you very much once again, and let us start the discussion. Okay. So now today, what actually planned is in the day one. So prerequisite side. So just now I told there is no prerequisite at your side, but still something you need to make it ready for your preparation daily. So that I will brief you, that I will tell you clearly. So what is the prerequisite required at your side? And the next thing is actual subject. So that's what we are going to start discussion with the what is cloud, what is Azure, especially we are going to discuss, you will get the clarity. And then we are going to see Azure structure actually, which is essential in the throughout the course. You are going to observe this, what we are discussing today. At the same time, in your real time also, any type of project that may be any big size, but this structure very strictly going to follow. So what you are getting today onwards, everything is important. That means, okay? And if you have a time, we will start discussion with the SQL. Okay? So now it is our duty, first of all, to give you the brief that what is actually planned in the first week and how the discussion is going to happen. You guys try to have a plan. Okay, this is our first week and today is the day one. So we are going to, because SQL, as I told even in the demo also, SQL is the very, very important topic. Even in the ADF, you are going to use SQL or you are going to use SQL concepts also. Just syntactically, some changes will be there, but concept is same. Even in the Databricks PySpark also, or as I told ADF, for all of them, background is data domain, that is SQL only. Either you will write directly SQL scripts here or here, or SQL concepts you are going to here and here you are going to use. For example, if I take a concept called joins in the SQL, whether you know it or not, leave it. You will learn it properly in the SQL. Theoretically, 100 to 100% same thing is going to be here. Here syntactically some changes will be there. It's just like a language. Though languages are different, but the meaning is same. So that's what. So if you are clear at here you just need to upgrade syntactically. That's all. Theory wise, you don't need to bother, which is the main thing always. So that's why in the week one itself, we are going to discuss the SQL, basic SQL first of all. So end of the week, you are going to have a lot of clarity on basic SQL actually. And then that basic SQL in the throughout the course, we are going to discuss here and there. Almost every day, we are going to touch. Along with the concepts of ADF or PySpark, you are going to touch everyday SQL queries you are going to write in ADF or PySpark, definitely. So the first week is going to happen like this. So around 60 to 70% of the time, we are going to spend on the SQL part. Then the remaining part, so 40 to 30% of the time, we are going to spend on the Azure portal. So this is what planned in the first week. So that by the end of the week, you are comfortably can start ADF actually. Second week onwards, we will start discussing ADF. So you can start comfortably the ADF by having this knowledge. And this 1 week, you are going to start discussion SQL from the scratch and also Azure from the scratch. So that is what actually planned for this week. Okay. So hope everyone is good to start. So let us start discussing this part first of all. So can I continue? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So always be feel free to ask if you have any doubts, but don't disturb in between actually. Definitely after every concept, even in the discussion also in the training, after every concept, end of the concept for every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I used to ask that if you have any doubts or not. So that time, if you have any doubts, feel free to ask. Don't bother about others. Your doubt you only has to ask. So please make sure that I really encourage to ask your doubts. So let us start discussion. What is the prerequisite required for our training actually? So that is the first thing. Very important thing is first of all, the installation. If you have a personal laptop, you have to install, recommended to install, it's not mandatory, but recommended to install SQL Server actually for your own practice. So you can do it in the offline in your laptop itself. So SQL Server try to install. Along with that, you try to install SSMS by tomorrow itself. Because we are tomorrow itself, we are going to start discussing SQL practical things. So try to have it by tomorrow, SQL Server and SSMS. You can take YouTube help. In worst case, you can ask us. Definitely, we will help you. So easily you can install. Just take the help of any YouTube video, how to install SQL Server and SSMS, and you can start practicing. So easily you can install, just matter of 10 to 15 minutes, even not that much time. You can ready with the SQL Server in your laptop. If you don't have a personal laptop, no worries. Just in 2 days, I will tell you where to practice. So, if it is okay, whatever laptop you have, you try to install by tomorrow itself. Immediately by tomorrow itself, we will start practical part of the SQL. Today we will touch something theory, but tomorrow you try to have it. That's all. That is what recommended, not mandatory, that also. Now the another thing is what is required at your side mandatorily is the account actually. You should have mandatorily this one, and that is Azure subscription. But in this also lot of things are there. Try to have a Azure account, not immediately actually. I will tell you by what time you should have. But you should get ready to create the account. So at Azure side, Azure is going to give you the free subscription for 1 month actually, for 30 days. And it is going to give you around 16K rupees as a credit. So within that credit, you can start practicing the actual concepts of data engineering, whatever we are going to discuss. So 30 days in our training, you are going to practice everything under free trial. So you don't need to bother. But to create this account, you need a credit card or a debit card. Okay. So the main problem people will face is the bank account of this credit card may not allowing international transactions. So try to check that, uncheck that, so that international transactions is going to happen. So with your credit card, you can create the free subscription. Don't create immediately. Anyhow, in this week, we are going to discuss the Azure portal, Azure basics only. So actual ADF or anything else, we are not going to discuss. So 7 days you can save because 30 days is free. So I will tell you when to create. Only thing is you just get ready with the credit card. With your Gmail, you can create your Azure account. No worries at all. How to create, when to create, again and again I'm telling. Don't be rush or don't be hurry to create your account. Just for your information, we need mandatory the Azure account. Get ready with that. So in the day 5, I will tell you how to take care of this. So at this moment, just for your information. And again, just for your information, don't you no need to worry after 30 days also. By the 30 days is completed, ADF mostly is going to complete. And after that, we will start a Databricks PySpark actually that you can do in the free community edition. That is forever free. But still, some Azure concepts you need actually. Even you after free trial, you can go pay as you go option. That means paid subscription. But no worries, your monthly billing you can maintain less than 100 rupees. Such a way, day 2 onwards, I will guide you how to take care your billing. So regularly you are going to monitor. In our class also, I will show you my own billing and you also have a habit of seeing your subscription billing every day so that you can maintain less than 100 rupees per month. So definitely this is bearable for anybody. So that is what prerequisite side, what is needed at your end. Don't bother about the account, especially pay as you go. You just try to get the account that is at your side because you have to practice regularly. So that also will happen very easily. We will guide you in a right time. Just for your information at this moment, try to have the account actually. Okay. Any doubts, any confusions in this discussion till now before going to see next?
No, sir.
Yeah. So always again and again I'm telling, feel free if you have any doubts and always give the response if I ask anything. Okay, is it clear? Hello?
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yep, yep. Thank you. So let us move next. So take it, have this clarity. This is really matter. Once again, I'm telling by tomorrow, you try to have the SQL Server. We are going to discuss everything from scratch. So you always try to sync with me with your practice. What we discussed today, you try to practice same day itself. That is very, very important. So that you are going to enjoy the discussion very importantly. Okay? Come on. So now onwards, you can consider actual discussion. So you are going to introduce, you are going to experience. For most of you, maybe the first time. So that is what we are going to work with the cloud technology. So you should understand first of all what is cloud. So I used to discuss this cloud with a simple example regularly. So let us try to understand. Come on, first of all, before going to discuss, in your view, what is the definition of the cloud? Or what is your understanding of the cloud? Can you please tell? Whatever, it is right or wrong always. That's what always responding is very important in your regular life also, in your work life also. Come on. What is your cloud
So,
understanding? Yeah.
so cloud is something like delivering computing services through like internet.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Yeah. What about others? Around more than 25 is there.
We can say that, we can say it's internet-based data center or pay-as-you-grow kind of methodology data center.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, yes. Others, and whatever. That see here the motive, the main thing is to ask you. Always try to be active, try to participate in the discussion. That habit in your regular work life also going to give special acknowledgement. Those small things definitely will help you to keep ahead actually. Anybody want to tell what is the cloud?
It's a remote internet servers that we store and compute.
Yeah. So something which is not in our premises, but you are able to do your tasks, right? So whatever, let us try to take a simple example, okay, which I used to discuss. I'm just taking, suppose in your house you are doing some function. Today you have a one function. So to your function, there are 500 guests are coming, for example. So the main thing is you need to arrange the food for them. You need to serve the food for them. So that is what the main thing. So if you want to serve the food, what is the option to prepare the food actually? One thing is preparing at your home itself. So you decided to make this food, whatever dishes you want to offer, all of them or most of them, you are going to cook at your home itself. That means in your premises itself. So to do this task, what are all things you need to arrange? What is the pain you need to take? So the very first thing is you need to arrange the cook, and you need to arrange the groceries, whatever is required. Okay. You need to arrange the water, fire, gas. You need to arrange the place and many things, whatever is required to make this food, everything you need to arrange at your home. That is what one simple thing, right? So every pain you only going to take care at your house, so that by the time function will start, food is ready and then you are going to serve. That's all. So if anything is lagging, you have to take care in between. So someone or one or two are basing on the requirement. Some everyone here, some people should be active. So definitely on the spot something is required. Every pain you only going to take care simply. That is what at your home if you want to make the food, which is happening traditionally, right? Not nowadays. Nowadays is what is happening. Come on, tell me. To prepare this food nowadays, what is happening?
Catering.
Yeah, nobody is preparing food even now, even for 10 people at your home. So simply people going for catering actually, right? So there is a catering company, assume that. Now there is a catering company. That catering company, for example, it will it is capable to prepare 200 plus dishes actually. So they have a category wise different items. They have a menu actually. Okay, sorry. So they have a category wise, they have a menu like a starters, so curry items, rice items, so like that many items, sweets. So like that, category wise, there are many items which are they are capable to cook. So they given menu code. You just went to catering company. So they given this menu code where you are have they what they can offer. So that is what simply. So you decided to offer 20 plus items to your guests. So you selected this and this like this. You are just selecting. You are just selecting. You are working with them. Okay. And you are telling that how much quantity is required, how much quality is required. If any customization is there, you are telling them this way we want, that way we want, that color we want, like that. And then some dishes may not available at their side also. So, but they are giving, they are telling that yes, we will provide you, no worries. So they will take care. They will take from some other party and they will offer to you. Or something completely not available. So you are going to take care. Some extra sweet you want to offer, so that you are bringing from some other place. But ultimately, your 99% of the pain you are not going to take now. So how much is billing for this? You are just paying them, then they are serving to your guest. So nothing is happening at your home. Only on time, food is coming to your place, just serving it actually. That's all. So you are not going to bother about anything. You are just enjoying the party. And these people are going to take care of everything. So that is what, just observe this difference. A simple example. That is what, now if you come to our actual thing, if you take any organization, if they want to maintain something software side or website or business, e-commerce business is there or anything if they want to organize, simply suppose if they want to organize, they have a building. So in that building, they are going to maintain all the required things. So hardware things they have to maintain, software things they have to maintain, networking things they have to maintain, resources they have to maintain, everything they have to take care actually. If something is lagging, accordingly technicians are going to work. And software team will be there, software piece of softwares you need to install. That is what everything you are going to take care actually to maintain your business or to maintain your organization. So it is just like preparing a food at our home. That's all. So every pen, that is what on premises, in your premises only you are maintaining everything. That is what you are building. You can say this is on premise. Even still, every organization have it actually, of course. That is just like everyone still cooking their food. In your daily life, you are cooking food at your home only. But still, okay? So this is something. Now, what is the cloud? Okay? What is the cloud? So there is a cloud service. Okay? They are going to have multiple services. They will offer multiple services. For you, what is the hardware is required? What is the piece of software is required? What kind of bandwidth networking is required? Resources, what is required? You are just coming here. Okay? You are just coming here, selecting what is required for your project. For example, your project. So all these things you are maintaining for your data migration, for example. So all these things you are maintaining like a function. And now you don't want to take all this pain. So now you approach a cloud for your data engineering projects. So for your data engineering project, whatever resources is required, you are just selecting them, you are integrating them, you are configuring them, then you are using them actually. That's all how it is serving. Ultimately, your purpose is served by this cloud technology. For that, you are paying. How you are paying? Like here. That's all. So, what are the cloud services right now available? One is the cloud Azure, another one is like AWS or GCP. So, like this, you have multiple. These are the three famous clouds. That's all actually, like different catering companies. So, for your purpose, which cloud you are going to select? For your function, which catering company you are going to select? So, you will think that who is good in the quality wise, pricing wise, in many ways, how you will think and take the decision. Here also, in many ways, you are thinking for your project which cloud is better, then that cloud you are going to select. And once Azure is launched in market, this is the dominator right now. From last 3 years, this is the dominator. Early board in the cloud technology is AWS. That's why you have a many offers 5 6 years back. Now more offers in the Azure. So because of many features here. So now just give the what we discussed theoretically. Let us just get the same feeling by seeing its portal actually. So let me share another screen. So see here, this is what the Azure homepage, the portal. Whenever you just log in portal.azure.com, whenever you log in, this is what the screen you are going to see. So with my Gmail ID, edufulness@gmail.com, I created this account. My account is pay as you go account. Okay. So now you see what we discussed. Let us just compare with that. Okay. So here we discussed this one. What is the Azure? Like here different dishes, what they are capable to cook. Likewise here also, what is the Azure is providing the services. So if you want to list down, if you want to see all of them at once, you can see in the home page, you have a more services option. So click on that. You try to match exactly what we discussed with real-time example here. You see, these are all different categories. Have a look at one place and category wise, what are all the services it is going to provide. It is exactly like category 1. Suppose there is a sweet items. This catering company is able to cook this many sweet items. So like that, here if you take the category AI plus machine learning, these are all the Azure already have the services. So you can see under analytics, our required service is data factory, data lake, or Power BI, or here Synapse Analytics and Databricks. See, and if you take the another survey category, compute, these are all different services. These are all different services. Have a look category wise. So how catering company able to cook more than 200 plus items? These are all items or services going to provide by the Azure actually. So when you have a function, you no need to order all 200 plus items, right? Basing on your function type, what is required only you will order. So basing on your project, what is required services, only those things you will take. So you are a Azure engineer means, don't think that you need to know all of them. You know it actually. So if you are a data engineer, for data engineering, what services are required? Either 5 or 10 services if required, all of them you are selecting, creating, and then using. That's all like here. So now you no need to bother about those services maintenance, network maintenance, software maintenance, or hardware required things. You no need to bother. Simply you just tell to them they are creating on behalf of you. Then you can use them, you can open them. Like have a look in the home page. These are all already created services at my end, and regularly I am using for my own purposes. So this is the data factory, this is the subscription, this is storage account like this. So these are all already I am using. So what is required, we are going to select and create. So that's all the cloud. Simply now you can understand. Nothing I installed in my own laptop. It is own laptop is like your house, right? I'm not doing anything in my laptop. I'm just opening. I'm just in the Chrome. I'm just logging in and using it, right? So that's all the cloud. So whoever don't know completely, just as a layman, try to understand what is cloud. That's what we are going to experience every day. So this Azure portal, we are going to explore every day little by little. So in the first week itself, you will understand, you will get familiar about this portal. Okay. So hope it is clear. Any confusion, any doubts in this part? Hello?
No, sir. Just one thing I wanted to know.
Yeah.
When we are supposed to create Azure account.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. So no worries. In this week, don't worry. Next week only, I will tell you when to create. Okay. This week, I will tell you like this theoretical discussion about the Azure portal. Okay. But you are not doing anything, any service wise, any topic wise, we are not going to discuss inside. Only every day, like today, how I introduce a cloud, how I shown you this portal. So every day some topics I will just show you, but you no need to create the account this week itself because you have only 30-day free trial, and this week you are not working actively in the cloud side, actively in the SQL side. So next week only you are going to create the account. I will tell you that so that you can save 7 days in these 30 days. Okay. So maybe next Monday I will ask you to create the account. Yeah. So always feel free to ask any doubt, first of all. Okay. So hope it is clear. Any doubts before going to see next? Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Always please respond. That is the only thing I will expect. Come on. Now very, very important thing we are going to see. Okay. Same thing. This is also theoretically about Azure, which we should know in the day one itself. In the entire training, you are going to observe every day. That's such a priority. And whenever you onboard to the Azure project in your real time, the day one itself you have to observe so that you will get a lot of clarity. That is what hierarchy of the Azure actually. That is going to give you the clarity when you onboard to your real-time project that what are all resources for your purpose, development, or different other things. That clarity day one itself as an experienced person you should know. So for understanding that, we are going to discuss Azure portal structure actually. So whenever you take the Azure account, okay, so that is Azure account whenever you take, that is calling as Microsoft Entra ID actually. So this word you are going to see very regularly in many places in real time in our training. So Entra ID is nothing but your account username and password. Nothing is there. That's all. By using just this, you are calling as a Entra ID. When you take your account, first of all, this hierarchy, I will show you practically also today itself. This Azure account, okay, going to have a immediately in the next hierarchy, in the next level, subscriptions actually. You are going to have a subscription one. In your case, it might be the free subscription. Whether it is free or paid, whatever I am telling, it is common. No worries. And like this, you can have multiple subscriptions. I will tell you why like this, why this, how this is going to give you a lot of flexibility for the projects. So like this, any number of subscriptions you can create. That is the next level of your Azure account. Then under subscription, what you are going to have in the next level. So that is what actually resource groups. Okay. What is resource group? So resource group is nothing but, as name implies, you are grouping something. That is what resources. So resources, you are going to create a data factory, ADF. That is one resource. You are going to create a blob storage. That is one resource. Data lake, one resource. You are going to create a Databricks. That is one resource likewise. You are going to create a SQL server. All these are the resources. For all these resources, you are telling that one group name, so that whenever you select this group, what are all under this group is there, you are going to get. You are going to have some meaning to do this group actually. So that's why resource group is there. Like that, you can create multiple resource groups. You can create multiple resource group. Under each resource group, you are going to have their own services, resources. That's all. Nothing is there. So this is Android. Under one Android, you are going to have a subscriptions. Under each subscription, you are going to have a resource groups. Under each resource group, you are going to have a resources. This is what simply the structure, irrespective of any project in the cloud Azure, you are going to observe. So the day one when you onboard, you just see what is your subscription, what is the resource groups, what are all resources there. So what that means, it is giving you clarity that these are the things you are going to use in your project. That is what very important. Of course, it will become very normal thing over a time after 10 days or 1 week. So because you are going to touch regularly these things actually. So that is the first thing. Now this is the Azure side. Let us try to discuss the project wise actually. So one account you are going to have means, for example, if you see the project side, there is a tenant or client will be there, right? Your client, whoever given this project for your company. So that client is going to create one account only. Okay. So that is what your client. Then when you come down here, your client may have multiple projects. So one is data engineering project, another one is another development or front end project, or like this. Your client may have multiple projects actually. So for every project, you can maintain one subscription. That is what you can clearly have a differentiation for this project, what are all things are happening. And at the same time, for every project, their own separate billing will come. So billing wise also, they have separately. So lot of flexibility you are going to have by creating different subscriptions for your projects. So that is what client wise, or if you are company wise, it is going to help you how these subscriptions. Simple. That's what, right? Simply everybody, every company going to have multiple projects. Every client, not company actually, especially. Now, you are a data engineer. So this is your data engineering project. Under this subscription, you are going to be there. Now, why multiple resource groups are required? I taken 3 especially. So now try to understand project wise only. This is okay. Even you might be maintaining the same thing in your any domain. You might be working in any domain. Like this, only things will be there. Okay. Now, why resource groups multiple? Why they give an option under one subscription like this? Very simple. In your real time, if you take a data engineering project, there is a environments actually. What is that? So you are going to have a development environment. So where actually basing on the requirement, you are developing the scripts to fulfill that requirement. You are doing the development here. Pipelines you are creating here, files keeping here, scripts you are writing here, SQL scripts you are writing here, and all of them integrated. So your work development is going to happen. Basing on your requirement, your development is happening properly or not, is going to test by testing team, UAT. So in the UAT also, same environment you are going to have, like same data factory, another data factory with same configuration, another blob storage, data lake, Databricks, SQL Server, like this. Same environment, now you can talk this one as actually. So same environment in the UAT is also available. Whatever you developed, that you are submitting to the testing team, that testing team is going to design the test cases basing on the requirement, and then they are testing it. If any test case is failed, then they are moving it back to the development team. That is what actually happening in any type of project, any domain. That's what UAT can maintain in another resource group. Then final production, front face for the client, the actual purpose is what production. So here also similar environment you are going to maintain. So these things you can call as a environments. So dev environment, development, UAT environment and production environment. So that is what actually to maintain your environments, you can have your resource groups. That is one thing you should understand. Okay. So if everything is okay that you are deploying in the production, then it is actually serving to the client. So to anything to deploy in the production, you need these two mandatorily, at least development environment. So that is what one thing with the green color you should understand to maintain your environments, resource groups you are going to use. Now, in this also, some other discussion is there. That is whatever development in the ADF you done, that you need to move to the UAT people, so that UAT people is going to test. If everything is okay, that code I am talking actually, not the data. That code, you need to move to the production actually, so that the same code is going to run in the production. That is what you might be doing, right? So this you are not going to submit manually. The ADF code you are not going to submit manually to the testers, or data factory or Databricks SQL scripts what you developed, you are not moving them to the another environment manually. That is going to give a lot of mistakes. So what you are going to do actually, you are going to make it automate. So who is going to this automation? DevOps engineer actually. So understand where actually the every person is going to work. DevOps engineer is going to develop CI/CD pipelines. So CI/CD pipelines is going to help you to move the code. You no need to pick the code, that is automatically moving from one environment to another environment. That is where a DevOps engineer is going to work. Now we are as a data engineer, we are going to work here only development. Basing on the requirement, you are doing actual development here. So this is what try to understand. White color is just telling the Azure structure, and this color is telling related to how you are maintaining projects of same client. And then green color is telling that how you are maintaining the different environments actually. You are going to observe all these things. You are going to feel in your real time, all these things. That's why I'm stressing. And this color is telling that how the code movement is going to happen. We will feel in our discussion also somewhere, not actually CI/CD discussion. I will give you the brief how it will be. Okay. So the code movement is happening from one resource group to another resource group. Nothing but one resource to another resource by designing CI/CD pipelines. So in your team, along with some other extra people, admin and all correspondingly, DevOps engineer is also going to be there actually. And data engineer is also going, data engineer of course mainly will be there. So we are going to work together. And if it is a reporting project, so reporting engineer is also developer, Power BI developer. So whoever, that engineer is also going to be there. So this is what, first of all, you need to understand. Exactly same thing we are going to feel. Just first of all, let me show you this structure here actually. If I take any resource, if I take any resource, I take an ADF, we will create it. Our is this is my ID. That's what enter ID, my account. Under that subscription, if you take, so this resource, this particular resource, under the subscription, this one, Azure subscription 1, I will show you the subscription. Under this subscription, this is the resource group name. Under this resource group, this is the resource ADF. I am following naming convention one pattern. You will experience that and regularly you will do that only. So here, dev environment, you see DEY. So resource group is DEV, resource is also DEV. That's what all the resources you are giving the name with the dev. So that you can tell usually, because same ADF here also going to have, but here with UAT ADF. Here dev ADF, so that easily you can differentiate. Okay, naming wise, leave it, we will see. You can see the subscriptions. See, these are all these two. One is active. These two are the my subscriptions. So mine is paid subscription. In your case, it will be the free subscription. So that's all. You can create the new subscriptions also. That we will experience in upcoming days. Since it is the day one, there is no hurry to create anything. Understand this. This clarity is going to give you a lot of flexibility in upcoming discussions. Okay, so hope it is clear whatever we discussed. Any doubts, any confusions before going to see next? Yes,
Could you please explain the DF, EL, DB?
sorry, come again, once again.
Like, yes, sir.
You want full names of this DL, is it that one?
No, like, what this terminology means and what does
Okay,
it
okay.
do
See,
in data
see.
engineering and all?
Correct, correct. So no worries about these terminologies because you are in the day one itself. I know you are coming, maybe coming from other domain. So that's why this is just a brief. You need to stick to this terminology. Azure subscription resource group. What is ADF? What is Blob? What is data lake? DL nothing but. What is Databricks? DB nothing but. You are going to get familiar one by one. The discussion. Now you need to understand this structure mainly. Okay, that is what main intention. Okay. Yeah. Any other doubt? Remember, it is day one itself. So what I discussed this structure, try to understand. That's more than enough. And something in and around things like project related, how you are going to maintain in your real time, how develop the environments you are maintaining. You are going to get familiar these things also in upcoming discussion. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now let us move next. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask even later also. Let it be. Now I am just discussing theoretically before going to see SQL part, something. So as I told, I'm just assuming you are you need everything from the scratch, because I'm just assuming that you are coming completely new to this domain. You maybe know something already, but just bear with me. So in the database, how you are going to maintain the data? You are going to maintain the data in the form of table. What is this table? So table is actually the combination of rows and columns. That's all. So we are not at all new to this rows and columns combination. In your regular life from childhood, some data you might observe like this. So that is what here the table name is EMP. This is what the table name. Okay. And this table going to have columns, EMP number, ename, job, MGR. Going to have records, rows. This is one row, this is one. Every employee details. So these things calling as columns. We know already. Any other alias name for these columns? Can you able to tell? Important. These terminologies you will see in your real time. So that's why I'm telling. Any other alias name for columns? Any other name for columns? Come on, you might know.
Fields.
Huh?
Fields.
Fields, correct. Very important. Very good. So you can call as a fields also. So hire date is one field, sal is one field, COMM, commission is one field. Then any other name? Quickly. Very importantly, in your regular real time or in many documentations or in the meetings, you are going to observe the name called attributes. If you are completely new, try to have this terminology in your mind. You can call this as a column or field or attribute. Interchangeably, these words are going to use. Just have the clarity in your mind. Don't think that it is a big thing. What is the salary attribute? If someone you ask what is the meaning of attribute, don't get confused. It is just a column, salary column. That's all. That is what different names what you are using. Now when you come to these things, these are calling as a rows. So any other name? Come on.
Tuple.
Yeah. So another word is tuples. Yes, correct. People will use in your real time, in your regular time, tuples. Or you can call as a records also.
Record.
These are all interchangeable words for rows and for columns. Rows and columns is familiar word for everyone definitely. And other names try to have in your mind. And we also in the discussions, I used to touch different terminologies also just to make you aware. So this is the employee table, simple table, which have total number of columns are 8 and total number of records are 14. So you can observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns. And records you can count 14 are there. Very important thing about this table is it is not just a random data or not just a random table I displayed here. In our entire training, in many places you are going to see this table data only. This is not a just a random data also inside this table. Why you have null here? Why you have nothing here? Why this column repeated data? Why this column like this? Why this column only one empty? So it is not at all a random data. It is well engineered table actually. Such a way it is created that any database concept if you select, you can identify its instance in this table. You may be in real time, you may have 100K records, 1000K records, 1 million records. Whatever you are seeing here, you will never understand if you want to understand any instance. But in a simple data, how that topic, that instance is selecting data, you can understand in these 14 records or 8 columns. Same thing is applicable for this many number of records. So records wise, number of columns wise in your real time, you may have 100 plus columns also, some tables. We never bother actually. We never bother number of records wise also. If you are clear in the topic, that's all. So this is going to give you the lot of clarity to understand any concept. So in many places you will use this table to understand the concepts. What you are understanding on these 4 records, same thing is applicable for millions of records. So on those records, you will not observe what is happening, but in these 14 records, you can easily understand what happened, what filtered, what situation you take it. So very, very important. That is why this table I am giving very high priority. So in many places you will see. So hope it is clear. Come on. Now a simple question to everyone. Try to answer. Suppose if you have such a table, such a table, what are the basic operations you are going to perform? What are the basic operations you are going to perform on this table? Come on, you can tell.
CRUD operations,
Huh?
CRUD, CRUD, create,
Come on,
update,
tell.
delete.
Come on. Yeah, okay. Table is
Insert,
already
update,
there.
insert, update, and
Yes, exactly. You can
Yeah.
insert the data. If any new employee is there, you need to insert here, right? 15th employee you need to insert so that you can see his details also. Likewise, any other operation?
Update.
Update, correct? If somebody's salary is wrong, so you can change this. Update, that is what update. Anything else?
Delete.
Yes. Some of the employees, suppose if left the company, in real time, of course, you will not delete. Suppose this record, if you want to delete, so you can delete so that next time it is 13 records only out of 14. Any other operation other than this?
Alter, join, sort.
No, no, no. Those are not operations. Those are just manipulations.
Okay.
It is not changing the data. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Basic operations I am talking. Don't go for advanced. Very important. That is search actually. Yes or no? I need so and so employee details. You need to search here, right? I need 7844 employee details. So you need to come this. Suppose I ask you, come on, tell me what is the name of 7844 employee name. What you will do, you come here to this table. Then under this column, you are searching where is 7844. Then you are telling his name is Turner. So you need to perform the search to give that result. That is what search. Now the simple question on top of this, tell me which particular operation most of the times you are using or you are guessing. Which one
Select,
might be using very frequently?
select,
That means search, is it?
yes, fetch.
Okay. Any other? Right or wrong? You always try to share your answer. No worries about others, no worries about right or wrong. Come on. Any other operation most frequently, which one you are going to do actually?
update also. I think.
Update also, okay. Right or wrong? No worries. Update. Anybody want to tell? Okay, right. Take a simple example. Nothing is there. If you take your Facebook account, so the day one you are creating your account actually. So while creating your account, you are giving all your basic details. Name, phone number, email ID, for profile fake or some other details you are just giving. That time it is happening insert operation, right? Your data is going to insert somewhere else in the Facebook servers. Later, you are updating your profile pic or you are changing your phone number. That's what update is happening. That may be yearly once, monthly once, or very, very occasionally. Or you are deleting some data, some post you updated, you posted, and you want to delete it. You delete it. But deleting is also not happening very regularly. But Per day, it may be Facebook or Instagram, anything. But per day, how many times you are logging in, opening this Facebook account? Suppose at least 10 times you are doing it. Yes or no? For example. Of course, also, these 10 times, every time it is going to server with your ID, getting your basic details, your name, profile pic, and some other details, then you are able to see all the details. That means whenever you just log in, you are first of all searching on the server where is your basic details. So that is what search is actually happening more than 98% of the times in your real time also. Something you are storing means you need it later. So that's what search. So this is the very important operation for anybody. This is very rare actually, really. How many times every account person is going to log in? Every time you are able to fetch those details. That means first of all, some search is happened in the background. So that is what actually the search is nothing but select command in the database. You are learning SQL, not the Azure SQL Server or MySQL, because concepts are same in any technology. So the select statement is very important. Whoever already working in database side, you see you are developing your scripts 90% of the times with the select statement only. Very rarely you are writing insert, update, delete operations. So that's what such an important concept is select. Nothing but you are fetching the data from the database. That's all. You are selecting data, not that is, but you are first you search it. So let us try to understand this structure theoretically today. Then we will see practically one by one. So let us try to see the selected structure, how it is going to be there. Come on. So this is strictly the syntax wise you have to observe. Select command. Attributes is nothing but what? Hello? Attributes is nothing but what?
Name of
Columns.
the column.
Yes. So in the previous table, in the EMP table, 8 columns you observe. Out of these 8 columns, I need only 2 columns, column 1 and column 2. That means you filtered 8 columns. Only 2 columns you selected. Out of 60 students, for example, I want only who got marks more than 80%. So you filtered the students' records. Likewise, here filtering the columns. This word is matter. Later I will reuse many times. Filtering the columns actually here. So what fields, what columns ultimately you need in the output, those things you are mentioning here. That is in the after select command. This is calling a select clause. Then you are going to have a from clause actually. In the from clause, you are telling that table names. So in a database, if you observe, you are going to have multiple tables actually. Table 1, table 2, table 3 like this. So this might be student table, this might be faculty table, this might be course table like that. So your data, you need data. I need student number, student name. Then immediately you will get in your mind, these details I will get from the student table only. So you have to tell to the database that these columns from which table you are going to mention here. That is what from clause. So this is what your data of a students. That's all. Then after the from clause, you are going to have a where command. That is what where clause. Why where clause is required? In your classroom, 60 students are there. So I don't want all the students. I want only A grade students. There is a column grade. Whoever have A grade, only those students I want. Then that is a condition actually. You are telling conditionally you are selecting the students. So I want only grade A students. So then you will write a condition. That is nothing but you are filtering the students, right? So you are filtering the rows, records, tuples. So whoever A grade, only those students coming out as a output. That is what where class duty always for filtering the records. So filtering what is coming multiple times, but what is filtering have the clarity. This is really matter. What I am discussing is going to repeat in the PySpark also. Here you may not feel difficulty, but there you will feel the difficulty. Next part is also very important. That is actual heart. Come on, where clause is next. Then the next you are going to have a group by actual. So this is another clause where you are preparing the groups. That means, for example, from this, who are all A grade students, who are all B grade students, who are all C grade students, you want to group. So that is what actually here. All A grade students here, all B grade students are here. That means records are in real time in your classroom. All A grade students seated at one place, B grade at one place, C grade at one place. That is what you are preparing the groups. That means with your select command, you can make the groups also. That's what you need to understand. So in A grade, for example, 10 students are there, 7 students are there, 6 students are there, like this. Okay, let it be. So that is what group by is meaning. One more thing, each class we are going to discuss in one class, at least half an hour to 1 hour. Here just a high level meaning. So don't think that I'm just giving high level brief. Today to have a full clarity, I'm just giving high level meaning. But every clause is one class actually. Okay. Then you prepared the groups. Then I want only the grade which have more than, sorry, I want the grade which have more than 7 students or more than or equal to 7 students. So this is more than 10, more than 7 actually. So A grade is coming in the output and I want more than 7, greater than or equal to 7 means this is also satisfying, but this is less than to 7. So in the output, A and B grade only coming in the output. So these are the groups, first of all, don't forget that. Now you filtered what? Groups. I want A group and B group. That is what to filter the groups having clause is there. Okay, that's all. You filtered the groups, not the records. Have the clarity. We will discuss it separately, of course, but broad picture, see. These are actual records. You can filter records with conditions in the where clause. You can prepare the groups from this or from anywhere, of course. Then further groups also you can filter by having clause. Then ultimately you are going to return the output. That data I want in a specific order, ascending order or a descending order. That is what order by clause. So basing on which column you want to display the data in a specific order ascending or descending, that column name you are mentioning, accordingly data is going to adjust and then returning to the output. So mastering these columns, these clauses, select from where group by having order and different concepts in this is actually the SQL basic part. If this basic is clear, you are really comfortable in ADF and even in the PySpark. In the PySpark, nothing is there. Databricks, PySpark, nothing is there. That time, you are just updating with the syntaxes. Okay, not going to learn any new concept. because here you already learned, you already practiced, only syntactically you are just updating. Okay. So these are the 6 commands in the select clause. But here something you need to have a clarity that these 2 commands are mandatorily you should write down. Tomorrow onwards you will get experience that mandatorily you should write down when you are writing a select statement. Mandatorily you should first of all at least tell from which table what columns is required. So remaining columns are optional. You may have in your query or may not have. Anyone may have, may not have. But another important thing is you should follow strictly this order. You cannot write first from clause and then select clause. You cannot write. You should write first select clause, then from clause. If you have where clause, you can write down the where clause. If you don't have group by and having, then you can write down order by. That is what. You should not write first order by, then where clause. This order is wrong. Syntactically, the order what you followed, same thing you should write down. If anything is not required, you skip and then write next clause. That is what the very importantly at the basic level everyone should understand. Whether you new to this or not, keep this in mind. After this understanding, now your part. With this we will stop for today. Very simple discussion and you will enjoy. Come on. This is the query with these 6 clauses you return and you given to the compiler for execution actually. You given to the compiler for execution of these 6 clauses. You written some query. Compiler will start with what clause. That means I am asking here order of evolution of these clauses. That means which clause it will execute first. Is it a select clause or a from or where or group by? And then after first clause is executed, what is the next one? If the first one is select, what is the second one? Is it from where and the remaining? That order of execution of these clauses you are going to tell in this actually. Evaluation is nothing but execution. Just strictly tell me at one which clause first it is going to execute. Is it select, from, where, or what? Which one? Come on, right or wrong, you can tell.
Gonna start with from clause.
Yeah, okay, one of you telling from. What about others?
Yeah, from clause.
Okay. Come on, right or wrong?
It will
Participation.
start from where class.
Where class, okay.
From clause.
Yeah. So basing on this high level understanding, only that you can with that you can answer it. Now very simple. Think carefully. Any clause to work, any clause to work. First of all, they need the data actually. So out of from your database, out of many tables, first of all you should pick the table on which table data you need to work. That should be there in front of you first of all. That means very firstly, from clause is going to work actually, execute. So compiler is going to the from clause directly. What are the tables you mention? Those tables data it is considering. Then only remaining columns, remaining clauses is going to work. If you want to select some columns, first of all, you should have a data, right? So from clause is the very first one is going to execute. Come on next.
Where clause.
Where clause? Come on, everyone. What is the next one is going to execute? Basing on your basic understanding only, you don't need to think too much.
Select clause.
Select.
Select, okay.
Where clause. Where clause.
Where clause, okay. So think just naturally you think. Come on, you see, as you told that this is the student table data. Now you see, you need to work with this data actually. So always what is unnecessary, if you remove it, you don't have burden actually. Okay. Unnecessary things first you eliminate in the starting itself. That is nothing but unnecessary data. If you have a where clause, unnecessary data you try to eliminate so that you no need to carry. That means you no need to hold in the memory. You no need to process it, the data. So that's what unnecessary burden, right? So that's what unnecessary data you first skip with the where clause. That is what where clause is going to execute by the compiler. So you can see in my Udemy courses, there is a course called compiler design. So by using that knowledge, by developing some compilers in our as a projects, I'm telling this confidently. And this is really happening in the background also. This knowledge is going to help you in our training in many places in your real time also. It looks simple, but very efficient. You will feel that in the training itself. Come on, what may be the next one after this?
Group by.
So if you have group by, obviously it is group by. It is going to prepare the groups. That is what the group by. So groups are prepared. Come on, what may be the next one?
Having.
Yes.
Having
Immediately filtering. See, filtering you having clause is only applicable one if you have a group by. So unnecessary thing first you remove it. Don't carry further. So that's what having. So now actual discussion is there. You have a select clause and order by clause. Which one in the fifth position? So that obviously other one is in the sixth.
Select.
Is it select? Is it order by?
Select and order.
select and
Yeah,
order.
you just tell fifth position, obviously remaining.
Select would be the fifth one.
Okay. Any other answer? Anybody want to tell order by? Right or wrong, don't bother. What your sense is telling, tell that. Come on, I'm waiting for your answer. Okay, that is select actually. What is the reason for select? You see, order by is nothing but ultimately once the data is ready, upon that data, you want data in the output in a specific order actually. That means your data should be ready first of all. Because in the select clause also you are removing unnecessary columns. Understand? So first select clause should complete. Once that is done, upon the remaining data, you can ascending and descending order, you can select it. That order data, whatever you done, that is sending to the output. So order by is the one which is going to execute at the last if you have in your query. Okay. So this is what order of evolution. Anyhow, in the SQL side, strictly will follow this syntax, so no worries actually. But when it comes to the PySpark, you no need to follow any order for your data transformation, data processing. But by having this knowledge, if you write in this manner, so your script is always optimal, first of all, at user side itself. So that you will experience there also. I will recall this at that time. So this is what, first of all, the basic discussion about the SQL. So tomorrow we are going to start with something about the Azures. Then we will start with the SQL side and different concepts we are going to start. This is what tomorrow's discussion. And then after that, we are going to discuss very importantly group by. So this is one of the very important one, logical one. Everyone should master this concept. So with animated slide, with basic theory discussion and practically, you are going to master all these concepts in the first week itself. SQL side. Okay. So that's all for today. So since it is the day one, it took some extra time. Sorry. So hope it is clear whatever we discussed till now. So if you have any further doubts also, feel free to call back. This is my, you can call or WhatsApp to this number. Okay. Or if this number is not connected, you can call to this number also. Okay. So feel free to discuss anything if any doubts are there. Basing on your profile, basing on your existing position, feel free to call back. Okay. So tomorrow we are going to meet at the same time at 7 o'clock. Use the same link, and this recording also we will share with you. Okay. So any doubts now, if you want to ask, you can ask also. Okay. So no problem. Feel free to call back if you have any personally, if you want to discuss. So to these numbers. Thank you. Thank you all. Let us meet tomorrow at 7 a.m. Use the same link for joining the class. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.